Open source prophetic and tarot. Let's see what's happening to your enemies. Because you know, after all they done to you, we're going to see what's happening to your enemies. The sun in reverse. They're having no happy outcome or no success. Everything is falling apart for them in their life. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They're having no financial gain in their life. They're lacking resources. Things are just not like how it used to be for them. They're facing judgment in their life. Because if they judge less, things would be better for them. So now they're facing a judgment, a major wake-up call in their life. Tower. They're having a major tower moment in their life. They're coming to an ending. Public disgrace, humiliation, violence happening around them or to them. They are facing everything that's bad in their life because that's what they wanted for you. Yeah, see, things are falling apart. Whoa, this is a lot. Let me see. Queen of Wands. So maybe this person is having a lot of quarreling arguments in their life. And they're having no celebration, no stability. Things are just falling apart for them. They have no hope, no miracle, no success. Everything is just falling apart. They're having a whole bunch of change in their life. And this is falling apart real quick. So everything is falling apart for them in their life. Yeah. Six of Cups. See? This person is having memories of how successful things was in their life. Seven of Swords. Because they betrayed you, everything is falling apart in their life. They're having no expansion, no growth, nothing. The universe is teaching them a lesson. Because what they done to you in the background, all that spell work, how they had these negative expectations for you, how they wanted you to conform to them, everything is boomerang back to their ass. They're not having no proposal, no new partnerships. Everything is falling apart. Six of Swords. Maybe they have to relocate and find a new home. They're losing resources, losing home, losing stabilities. Everything is falling apart for your enemy. What they wanted for you is being returned to them full force. There was one flipped over. Let's find it. Where is it? Right here. See, they're going into poverty. Everything is falling apart for them. Five of Pentacles. Maybe some of them is sick. They're going through ill health. Maybe someone you was in love with is going through this. Maybe someone you was in a relationship with is going through that. They wanted bad for you. So whatever bad they wanted for you, this is what's going on back for your enemies. See, they have no balance in their life. Things are falling apart for them. They're having no self-control in their life. So things is just moving away. Everything is falling apart. Look at the cards falling apart. We're only using those two and this is just too much. See? They're coming, Ten of Swords, they're coming to a painful ending in their life because they, Seven of Cups, they send you too many cups, too many illusions. They use you. So this is what happened to them. They're Ace of Pentacles. They're not receiving no raise, no new offers in their life. Everything is falling apart for your enemies. Look at the cards. The cards are just falling every goddamn where on the ground, all over. So maybe someone is falling down. Maybe their stability is falling apart. Page of Swords. So because they was so curious of your life, they was so gossipy about your life, they was so spying in your life, everything for them is falling apart because they never took the time to work. Knight of Pentacles, they didn't take the time to work on their own garden. They was focused on yours. Ace of Wands, they're having no inspiration. They're unable to create anything new. You're seeing this because you're the High Priestess. You know everything that's going on in their life because you know what they wanted for you in your life. Ten of Cups, they're having no love, no support, and no contentment in their life. Everything is just boomeranging back on their ass. Everything is just flip-flopping back to them. See, they're looking like a fool because they wanted you to look like a fool. See, Four of Pentacles, they're trying to hold on to everything they got, but they're unable to hold on to it because they're falling apart. They're getting readings on you. They're trying to keep up with your life. Eight of Swords, they tried to isolate you and trap you, but now they're going to face imprisonment because whatever they did in the background, that's what's going back to their ass. So everything they tried to do to you is coming back. Page of Pentacles. See, they was very young, negative, and they tried to block your pentacles because they didn't want to see you grow. So this is what's happening to them. They're unable to receive jobs, offer, finances, stability. Knight of Wands. See, they're unable to create anything. Their creativity is blocked, so they're unable to create anything good or anything new for them. And while you're becoming very successful. I saw the devil. See, Three of Wands, they're having no growth, no expansion. Everything is going backward for them. They're unable to travel. They're stuck right where they at. The finances is low. The Moon, you see this because you're tapped all the way in. You know what's going on to them because you know when you do good, good come to you. When you do bad, it go right back to your ass. Queen of Cups, you was very healing, nurturing, and supportive to these people, but they did you wrong. You gave them unconditional love. You gave them equal give and take. Two of Swords, these people had you stuck. They had blockages placed over your life, your finances, your relationship. See? That they wanted to end you. They didn't want you to have no form of new changes in your life. They didn't want anything successful for you. Seven of Pentacles. So that's why they tried to delay you. They tried to delay you and they tried to delay your success so you wouldn't be able to move, expand, nothing. They tried to block you. Yeah, they placed many blockages. See, maybe this was someone that you was in a romantic relationship with. Ten of Wands, this person burdened you. They placed a lot of exhaustion on you. Maybe if you had kids, they had you doing everything by yourself, so you would have been burdened, exhausted, stressed out. You wouldn't have been able to have a relationship of your own. You wouldn't have been able to buy anything for yourself. Your finances would be stuck only doing for your kids. You won't be able to balance and do too much for you. And if they did give you little, you have the majority on your hand. Three of Pentacles. They craft up and they work together with others to block you by telling lies, by trying to go to the police, calling CPS, doing all that popo bullshit on you because they didn't want you to do good. They wanted you to feel abandoned in this situation. That's what they wanted you to do. See, Ace of Cups. They wanted to block you in reverse. They tried to block you. They didn't want no romantic relationship, no proposal, no relationship, nothing good. If anyone come towards you, they use magic and run them away from you. So that would keep you suck. They want to suck you and whatever they want to do. My bad. That's what the cards say. That's what popped out. The Hangman. So they wanted to sacrifice you. See, the Chariot, because they do not want you to have no movement. They want you to stay unbalanced. They do not want you to have balance. They do not want you to have any change. So that's why these things are coming back for them. That's why it's falling apart. See, these people tried to block you. They tried to block you so you wouldn't been able to maintain or travel. You wouldn't been able to move forward and do anything. So maybe that's why someone broke your heart, because they wanted to put you in loss. They didn't want you in this emperor energy. They didn't want you to be a leader. They didn't want you to receive victory. They didn't want you to receive recognition. That's what your enemy is facing, because they are not receiving any of these. But see, they didn't want you to receive the clarity about them. Two of Wands, they didn't want you to see any results in your life. That's why things are falling apart for them. Eight of Pentacles, they didn't want you to be able to master yourself or master anything. That's why hell is breaking loose in their world. So maybe King of Swords, maybe this person was being very strategic in what they was doing to you. Justice. So justice is going to go in your favor and you're going to win, and that's going to be the biggest solution there ever is. See, they want to try to block your pentacle. They see that you're in this Queen of Pentacle energy. You're working, you're focusing, you're building, but they try to block you so you wouldn't be able to build on these pentacles. Page of Wands. They try to create new things, new ways, and new strategy how to block you. If you're doing something, they want to block you so you wouldn't be able. Nine of Cups. They didn't want you to have good health, and they didn't want your wishes to come true. So they continue to send stuff to sacrifice you, to have you stuck. Because you're some Queen of Swords, because you're someone that was very self-sufficient and bold, they didn't like you. They didn't like your confidence. They couldn't stand you. Five of Cups. That's why they abandoned you, because they wanted you to feel lost and regret. Now they're feeling unloved. Now they're feeling regret because you have moved away. Hermit mode. They're looking into your life. They're trying to see what's going on with you, but you have gained the illumination about their ass. Five of Wands. They place many challenges in front of you, many obstacles in front of you, because they wanted to see things fall apart for you. They didn't want you to grow, expand. They didn't want anything. They belittle you. They tried to distract you. They tried to do all manner of evil just to have you down. Maybe this person was a lusty person that was trying to have you stuck. Four of Cups. They wanted you feeling rejected and unfulfilled. Yeah. That's why so they surprise you. Maybe this was a person that was the devil. This person was envious of, greedy of you. Maybe they was really jealous of what you brought to the table. Maybe how strong you were, how determined you are. Two of Pentacles. They wanted to see everything in your life juggling. They didn't want you to have a balance in your life. They want you to juggle multiple things. Resources, finances, love, partnerships. Nothing coming good to you, because they, Nine of Swords, they wanted you in grief. They wanted you in anxiety. They wanted you depressed down to a point where you would hit rock bottom. Six of Pentacles. They didn't give help to you because they see your potential. And they know if they help you, you would do good and you would be able to step into this power. You become the Empress. So they purposely didn't try to help you. They tried to have you stuck in lust and obsession. Because they didn't want you to know self-worth. They didn't want you to have power and strength. So that's why they tried to do that to you. Knight of Swords. They want to come back in and trap you again. Four of Swords. They want to put you to rest so you're not able to recover yourself. That is what your enemies want happen to you. Three of Cups. They celebrated your downfall because they did not want to see you do good. They celebrated. They tried to block your fortune, but the wheel is turning in your favor. Everything is coming full force. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. So the wheel is turning in your favor. King of Pentacles. So they had this person investing in using you, manipulating you, and try to play tricks with you and having this illusion cast over you. Page of Cups. So they had this young, sneaky, deceptive energy with you. They were trying to work with you, but in other words, they wasn't trying to work with you. They were trying to play with you. King of Cups. They wasn't supportive to you. They was very unsupportive. Seven of Wands. This person didn't protect you from others. They joined forces with others with coming against you. So you had to protect yourself. Five of Swords. Maybe these people was bully to you. They was very toxic. They was chaotic. They was very compulsive liars. And these people was controlling, dominated. And these people was confusing. Magician. They tried to work magic to block you in every era or aspect of your life because they didn't want you to turn your vision into reality. But guess what? You are building the Ten of Pentacles. You are still receiving money and you are building this legacy, and you are gonna retire in front of all of your haters' face. Open source, like, subscribe. The bet is yes to come.